human evolution is not actually just about the physical form. And it's not even just about how is our brain evolving. But what it really is how is your consciousness evolving? You are a conscious being that also happens to be in a physical body. And so how do you evolve? Where do you start? What does that look like? Well, it's in the form of personal growth and development. It's in the form of taking on practices like mindfulness and meditation. It's in the form of unlearning a lot of the conditions and the programming that we've been trained to cultivate and to listen to and to believe in majority of our lives. And then it's a process of questioning what is within and questioning your own mindset and your own reactions. So often in life, we are constantly reacting to everything going on around us, to everyone, to the stimulation from the media and the social media that we consume, to the external environment, people, places, things, etc. And so as we're constantly reacting, we're living in an unconscious state of mind. We're not actually questioning, where does this thought come from? Where does this judgment come from? And what is it within me that I need to look at in order to not have that reaction next time, or to not project it or externalize it or to blame, etc. And one of the main ways that we can go about this is, let's take a look at where we're living authentic in our lives and where we're not. And if you're not living authentically, it's most likely that you are someone who lives in judgment. You are someone who places judgment on yourself and on other people. And that judgment is trying to bring up within you where you're not authentic. So consider that for a second. Do you judge someone else for what they put out in the world? And within yourself, is that just really a place that you need to look at? Because perhaps you know that you could be doing that too, but you're not doing it, and you're not stepping into that power or into that truth within yourself. Those are the ways that we can kind of start to point the arrow back in, point the finger back in, rather than put that energy of darkness out into the world. We can shine the light within and reframe it and do the work on our inner self in order to really be living in alignment with our own truth. And another way to look at this too is, why do midlife crises happen? It's not just because someone wakes up one day and says, I want to hurt my family or my spouse or partner or my coworkers, or I want to, live life differently and not care about anyone anymore, and this is what I'm going to do. No, a midlife crisis happens because the person is not in alignment with what they're meant to be doing in the world or how they're meant to be living. They're not in alignment with their authentic self. And so they then rebel against the life they've been living and create something different because they feel drawn to just change something right away. And that's why that change usually looks pretty drastic to the rest of us. Now, if you get yourself to a place of doing the inner work to be more authentic, to show up authentically in the world, and to actually question where some of these judgments and projections and reactions are coming from, and to release them, and to maneuver them, to unlearn them, then that is when you will be that person who lives authentically, and you won't have to worry about a midlife crisis one day. It won't happen. If we just be more conscious beings, if we show up more authentically, if we live more from that authentic place within, then that is how we get to a place of evolution. And that from there, it will just continue. Evolution doesn't stop. You'll continue to evolve. Your self-work will continue to uncover more and more and more for you to learn about yourself. And you continue to show up and show up and show up. So it's a beautiful process, and I love talking about this. And if there's anyone out there that's excited to learn more, some of my upcoming programs, we get very deep into all of this process of evolution and how to go about it.